o'clock. Geis and Ponson, and then we'll join you from Shea between games right up until 7:30, where you will get game number 2. Pedro against Ponson in game number 2, Geis against Pelfrey in game number 1. So a big double dip on a steamy day here at Yankee Stadium. Now, as I came on today, I said I would address this whole Mike and the Mad Dog thing before I left today. I wanted to get all the other stuff in first. Dog got it in his lap on Monday. I made sure I was near a TV at 1 o'clock when he came on. I thought he handled it well. Everything he said, as far as the relationship was true, we've been together 19 years. It's a long time. And in a very visible position for 19 years. So, we've kind of carried on this relationship in a very public way. So that when there's been fights, they've been made public. And, when there's been battles, they've been made public. Now, there haven't been many in recent years. The last bad one before this was probably about 8 years ago. I think it was in 2000 we had a bad one. And I'd say in the last 19 years, we've probably had 4 or 5 bad ones. This one was pretty bad. And I'd say he gave you the timetable. And I would say we did have a meeting in May where we decided that we had maybe carried it onto the air and that we were not being very professional. So we apologized. He apologized. I apologized. I thought I had handled myself terribly. I apologize for that. I thought I carried it onto the air and was very unprofessional, which is something I don't want to ever try to be. When you do this long, you are going to have problems. I think we've patched it up on the air. Have we patched it up off the air? Not really, to any real extent. I'll give you an example. We haven't spoken this week, so that should give you an indication of everything that's going on. We haven't spoken this week, so I think that's a pretty good indication of where we are right now. About everything else and all the conjecture, I haven't spoken to anybody about that. I haven't spoken to anybody about the story. I've had plenty of requests about it this week. I would just say this. In 20 years of being here, I came to the station in 87. I've been with Dog since 89. I have never, not once, discussed my contractual relationship with FAN publicly. Not on the air, not in the newspapers. I've never negotiated publicly. I've never negotiated on the air. I've never negotiated in the newspapers. I've had a great relationship with the station. I've never had any contract battle in 20 years. I've had 4 or 5 contracts. They've all been handled very, very well. I've never had a bad day with them in 20 years. So I've never discussed that. I never will. So, I have no interest in discussing my contractual situation and where it is, or will I ever do that publicly. As far as the Mike and the Mad Dog program and where everybody thinks it may be going, all I will say is this. We've done 19 years together, which is a very long time. We've had a lot of different things happen in our lives. We've had 7 kids in recent years. You go through a lot of changes. A lot of things happen. A lot of things are said. You don't know everything that's going to happen day to day. Life's not that predictable. Nothing's that predictable that there's any certainty to what's going to happen day to day. I would say this. I think our relationship would never be a sole reason that we would ever part. I don't think it would ever reach that level. I think we could always work well together. I think we've worked well together. I think even our most severe critic would say that we have produced something pretty special over the last 19 years. Pretty successful and pretty special. And I think it's something that I'm proud of, and I hope that he's proud of. Where it goes from here, I'm not sure. I think, to be fair with the audience, I think we have reached the crossroad. I think we're at a crossroad. I think this will play out over the summer, and we'll see what happens. I'm not going to sit here and say that something couldn't change. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know that yet. So if it does, I will be very proud of everything we accomplished here, and if it doesn't, we'll be back hopefully and do 19 or 20 more years together. I don't know. I don't know how long is long enough. You wait and see how it happens. Would I guarantee anything? No. Would I make any declarations today? No. Eventually, all things have to pass. If we're at that time, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. It'll be an interesting summer. Next, Met Baseball.